Let's have a conversation about sediment traps on gas lines. Inevitably, whenever I make a video with a gas line, somebody always has to comment on it that my sediment trap is too short. To which I usually reply with something along the lines of, well, it was cold in there, or that's the one that I was born with, something funny. But I want to talk about the actual code for a second, because I feel like a lot of people don't actually know the codes that are associated with where I live. So the first part of the code dictates the location of a sediment trap. So a sediment trap is installed on any appliance that is not manually operated. So you think furnace, you think water heater, boiler, stuff like that. Things that are going to run without your help. You don't need it for an oven, you don't need it for a dryer, not by code at least. Now, on any of these appliances that do require a sediment trap, the code says that it needs to be installed as close to the appliance as practical and after the shutoff valve. Which is a very vague code, because to me, as close to the appliance as practical just means if I have the stuff on my truck to make it work this way, that's the way that it's going in. Because that's just the most practical way to do it. If I have to go to the store, that's just impractical. Now, in our code, it also makes mention of the desired length of a sediment trap. How long should these things be? A lot of people say 3 inches. I've heard people say 6 inches. I'm going to tell you what the real answer. I'm going to give you a second to guess. All right, did you guess? Okay, well, if you said nothing because there is no actual measurement, you are correct. In the code, it says that 3 to 6 inches is customary. I don't know if that's some sort of ethnic tradition. I'm not sure what the word customary means in that term, but that's what it says. Now, moving forward, what orientation should this thing be installed? And I'm going to tell you what the code says. The code says that the sediment trap should be installed on the bottommost portion of the T, and specifically not attached to the branch of the T, or what other people may know as the bull of the T. Meaning you're not supposed to put a sediment trap on a horizontal piece of pipe and then just drop it down, because then the debris and stuff could just jump right over it and wind up in the equipment. And it goes on in the code, and it even has illustrations about how this is the wrong way, but then it also mentions that it is not expressly prohibited by code to do it that way. So even though they make a point of noting that it is completely wrong, it's still not against code. So, all right, now what did we learn? Here's the conclusion that I draw. According to the code, nothing is off limits. If you can do this wrong, that's impressive. Probably one of the few cases where doing it right is much less impressive. And you know what? If you could do it wrong and cause a problem, you're a goddamn pioneer of this industry, let me tell you. Because these things are like tits on a bull. Anyway,